Hello everyone, welcome back. Kamusta tayo? I hope you're all doing well. Yes, last episode we talked about the new Snow White movie. I shared to you my opinions on what I think are the good choices they had and the bad things in the movie. So please check out episode 3 if you want to know more. Yes, now, on this new episode, we will talk about my experiences in the city of love, or Iloilo City. This is a bit personal. I stayed there for 9 months in 2021. We'll talk about some of my favorite landmarks and the things I learned on my first time. That was my first time being out of my parents' house. And I also will share to you some significant lessons I absorbed from being young, from being broke. Yes, I was young, I was broke, and how those things led me to understanding what my next steps will be in life, especially my career. Hello again, guys. This is Everything Anything Podcast, a new podcast about life, stories, people, music, everything and anything that makes us think. My name is Aaron. You are now part of the family. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me in this adventure. And we are now in episode 4. Yes. To those who know me personally, I live in Iloilo City for 9 months. And that was again 2021. And those 9 months were, to me, some of the most meaningful, some of the most memorable moments in my life. That's why I call Iloilo, still up to this day, my home. I think siguro, maybe it's like an extension of home kasi we speak the same language. Siguro there's just some subtle differences from how we speak Hiligay noon. Sa amin siguro in Negros Occidental, yung Hiligay na namin may mix ng Bisaya kasi some parts of Negros Occidental are Bisaya na. And siguro sa Panay naman, Ilonggos in Panay, yung Hiligay noon has a mix of Karaya because people in Antica speaks Karaya. So yeah, the influence there. Yeah, and I noticed it too with some of my workmates na nagkakaraya sila. But at the end of the day, those really didn't matter. So I understand pa din naman sila. And I keep on learning also the new language I learned, which is Karaya. I kind of like understand some words, and I adapted to it naman. So yes, again, that was January 2021. I was looking for jobs online. Siyempre, 2020, it was the pandemic. And at that time, in 2020, I decided to, work from home, And after that, in 2021, I decided to find a job, that will make me go out again. Of course, because establishments are opening again, and I wanna, of course, mingle with people as a 20-year-old, as a young guy. I was very young, and the goal again of going out, of being out there again after COVID. So yes, I was browsing online, different sites, and there's this random Facebook ad of a job opening that passed my wall. I don't know, maybe it's just destiny. And the thing is, it's in Iloilo. It's related to my skills, whatever they're looking for. And then I sent the application. Of course, ready na yung resume ko, ready na yung portfolio ko. Siyempre, I was actively seeking for a job. Wow. Siyempre, excited din ako magpa-interview. Obvious naman, di ba? Like, I love being interviewed. I love being asked for someone to ask me questions. So, siyempre, I was looking forward for the interview, really. Because yeah, it's been a while since I had my last interview. So to make the long story short, I passed the interview. I was hired, and it's time to go to Iloilo. Yes. So I arrived in Iloilo City in the fast craft port in Lapus. And I remember the last time I was there was 4th grade, grade 4 ako. Grabe. So that was like, I don't know, maybe more than a decade na, no? Before 2021. So, my former manager, I will not say any name because hindi ako nag-ask permission, but to these people, they know who they are. So, he picked me up from the fast craft port, and we went straight to the central market of Iloilo City to try, surprise, the authentic bat choy. Again, in the heart of the central market of Iloilo City, there's nothing more authentic than that. To be honest, I am not really a soup person. I love to eat, but if my choices ako, soup will not always be the first choice. But oh my goodness, I immediately fell in love, with that bowl of goodness the first time I tried it. That was the real batcho. It was meaty, it was yummy, a little bit spicy. Doon ko lang actually nalaman na, oh, nilalagyan pala nila ng chili oil yung batcho eh. And I don't know if siguro may suki ka or depende sa order mo or if available pa. They give you some like bones, yung mga malalaking pork knuckles na ginagamit nila to boil and to add depths of flavor sa broth. They give you that. And minsan, may bone marrow pa yun. Minsan yung side ng pork knuckle, yung bones. Minsan, may mga meat pa and then you kuskusin mo yun and kunin mo yung meat and then you mix that all with the soup. And oh my goodness. People think premium is in the location. People think you splurge on some money for premium products. But that to me is premium. To me, authenticity is premium. You go in a place like the public market, in the middle of it, in the heart of it, get a little sweaty with the heat and the spice, and on top of that, you try this amazing soup. And to think about it, it's a soup, a recipe passed down from generations and generations. That is to me premium. The level of love, the level of care, and the creativity they've put in and dedicated to creating these beautiful bowls, that is to me premium. So please keep supporting this classic culinary landmarks if may chance kayo, so that they keep on operating. Yes, meron na sa mall, mas convenient sila, but I am telling you, it's not even half as good as what I tried in the heart of the central market of Iloilo. Hindi siya ganun kasarap. Like, go to the authentic places, go to the middle of markets, and then that's when you know what the real batchoy in Iloilo is. Of course, other than the batchoy, I call Iloilo, of course, my home because of the people. There's a few people talaga na mga naging close friends ko, and most of them are my workmates. Na even now, even if we don't talk every day na, I still feel very connected with them. Because siguro, again, maybe we speak the same language, but other than that, I don't know, maybe it's just an Ilonggo thing. Ilonggos in Iloilo City. I don't know, there's just this warmth, that I feel with them that makes me feel like I am at home. And grabe, hidlaw na gid ko. And again, I wrote here some of their names, but I realized I didn't get any permission to do this, so wag na lang. And yes, at that time I was 20 years old. It was my first time being away from my family, and the truth is, loneliness was real. When it hits you hard. But the people I met there, alam nyo na, guys, you know who you are. The people I met there when I needed friends, they were there. When I needed friends, when I needed some advices, when I needed some laugh, even some of them shoulders to cry on. And they were there, making me feel like this place is your home. And that friends can be home too. And siguro this is just a reminder that yes, our friends can be home too. That friends or home is beyond being blood related. It's beyond a place. Home can be people, and they can be your friends. So hug them, say thank you to them, say I love you to them if you do, reach out to them if you can, because time runs fast. Savor every minute, every chance that you have to tell them and show them how you love them in many beautiful ways. So to all of my friends in Iloilo, salamat. Meeting you guys gave a new meaning to my life. I hope to visit and I hope to see you all and hug you all soon. I miss you all so much. And again, thank you so much. I'm so happy you all stepped into my life. And yes, I was full. I have amazing experiences. I love Iloilo talaga as a city. But then comes the reality. Other than the loneliness, there's the reality, the hard truth of life comes into. Despite of the fullness that I have or had in my heart at that time, ito yung contrast naman. There's a total emptiness that I feel in my pocket. I was a broke kid. Hindi naman na nangangalimos ako sa Iloilo ha. Pero, na-realize ko lang, yes, I have a home, I have the basic needs that I, need. But I realized, I was working to survive. I only have enough for my bills, for my transportation. I'm grateful for the company actually kasi, they gave me housing. The housing is free. And it's the company's house. Basta. I'm grateful ako doon, but it's still a bit far. So I still have to consider transportation. It's not walking distance. Again, but still, I am still very grateful for what they have given me. And syempre, if late ako magising, yung kasama ko na may sasakyan, mauuna na yan, very early pa siya, which I understand naman. So, I have to walk from bahay namin sa outside ng village, and then I would go there, like, in the jeepney stop, and it would take me like 10 minutes to get there. So, medyo umaga pa lang basa ka na talaga ng sweat as a sweaty person. And, those moments were like the moments that I really understood what it means to be an adult, the loneliness, you being alone, all of the sacrifices that you have to do, especially when you're just starting your career. I thought, after college, equipped na ako, I'm ready for what's next, I'm ready for what's to come, Pero pala, there's still so much to learn in the world. There's so much hard work that you need to put in. And I feel like lucky na lang ako siguro What about others? Siguro mas worse pa yung na experience nila compared to what I experienced. So I remember also, nung weekends, syempre wala pa rin akong pera. I'll go out, mag-ride ako ng jeepney, and I would go to the Molo Plaza. Yung Molo Plaza is my favorite plaza in the Philippines. As in, yung Molo Plaza, that's in between two famous landmarks in Molo, Iloilo City. So it's in between the Molo Church and the Molo Mansion. So those three places kasi sa Molo din yung office namin, witness so many parts of my life. Pag nag-date ako, that's for another podcast. Pag wala akong pera, I'll just go in the Molo Plaza. I would sit down in one of the benches. Before pa nag-renovate ng 2021, iba pa yan yung plaza. Sobrang ganda na ngayon. But before it was different. Very classic old plaza pa talaga. But there were a few benches across yung street. Di ba maliit na street? If you've been to the Molo Plaza, may maliit din na street, and then across is the church. So, across yan ng church, may mga benches dyan noon. And, I don't know, I'll sit there in one of the benches, mga around sometimes 2 p.m. Sobrang init. But it's not really mainit kasi I'm under a tree. So, and then I remember just looking up in the church, just adoring its beauty. I'm not a very religious person, I'd say that. But I don't know. I just love how it looks. There's just a magnetism that this smaller church has. And I don't know, siguro madami din akong, I was probably reflecting, and madami din ako na say about, what this life has to offer to me. I even questioned siguro, if there's more to life, siguro madami din ako na manifest when I was looking at that beautiful church. And yung sa Molo Mansion naman, favorite ko yung coffee stroll na coffee, yung may milk. Hello naman po sa lahat ng mga taga-coffee stroll. Sana they're staying strong pa din, yan lang kaya ko kasi na coffee. So, I hope okay pa sila. I think last year, bumalik ako dun and I tried their coffee. Same pa rin. I love it pa rin. And then yes, yun lang, yung 100 peso coffee. And syempre, pag nag-coffee ako, syempre wala akong, pera that time. Schedule pa yan yung coffee ko. Kasi nga di kaya everyday. And many things talaga na-realize ko. Sometimes I would sit on a public transpo and uupo ako niyan, and then syempre sometimes siksikan. And I would tell myself, at some point of my life, yung mga taxi, yung mga Grab will not be a luxury anymore. Kasi before talaga, they to me are just those apps or those services to me are luxury. So syempre fast forward now, nagje-jeep pa din naman ako. Pero hindi na siya yung primary option ko, you know. Mas wider na yung options ko kasi syempre I'm capable na of paying more, you know. So siguro just the thought of something that you once considered very expensive. Ngayon parang somehow main option ko na siya, yung mga services, yung taxi, yung Grab. Main option ko na siya, especially that I'm a very sweaty person. And if pag may event ako, syempre need ko talaga ng ganun. And I don't have a car and I don't know how to drive. Maybe someday. But ngayon hindi pa. Medyo dependent ako na sa Grab. So, ngayon, these things now, I'm happy and I'm proud that I can pay for them na. Unlike before na, syempre, medyo, you know, di talaga kaya. You know, some changes in our life that, you know, some little things in our life siguro na we have to celebrate. And when I was writing this, medyo naluluha pa ako because that was really a journey I've been to, right? And, you know, talking about the journey, when I was experiencing siguro, when I was living to survive as a broke kid, number one, siguro, I'm also lucky that in my college, I was exposed to the concept of film. And with films comes director in Hollywood and everything. Madami akong nakitang interview, madami akong mga nakitang interview ng mga, for me, successful people, you know, really successful directors. And parang somehow, and maybe how I was brought up, na parang, you know, I grew this Western mindset siguro kasi again, I'm such a big fan of Hollywood and Hollywood films and actors. And maybe, you know, I had this somehow Western mindset at the same time Filipino mindset that knowing and understanding that my struggles in life are just temporary. I should not let these struggles to be my story. Siguro it's a lesson of mindset, that mindset is really important when you're facing some struggles in life. You know, because when you have the right mindset, it makes you think more realistically, more rational than emotional, which leads me to my next point. Somehow siguro at that point, I just let the feeling of lacking something to make myself realize that I am made for more. I want more. I deserve more. I am capable for more. Really reminding myself at that time that I deserve bigger opportunities to live the life I want. You know, I allowed the process to take place. Kasi syempre, I allowed it kasi hindi pa naman ako nagugutom that time. But really just also trusting the process, you know. I am where I should be right now. I just tried to make sense of what was going on in my life that time, and really reflection was a big help. Really reflect, really be mindful, the mindfulness, and really try to self-assess. Self-assessment is also important. Because of those things, the mindset, the self-assessment, the reflection that I was doing, I was able to look for possible solutions to the emptiness I was feeling before. Kasi I always question myself, parang may kulang. Yes, may work ako, may opportunity ako, pero parang may kulang. You know? So ano bang pwede kong gawin? Yes, again, especially to those who are starting, and I want to talk in behalf of them. Yes, we are grateful for the opportunities, the first steps of our career. Pero syempre at some point, as human as we are, we dream bigger. We want more expensive things. Our responsibilities are getting bigger, which means you need more resources. And if that opportunity right now doesn't provide that, maybe that's a sign to think again. Maybe think about a bigger, better opportunity for you. And maybe your family if you're still supporting your family. Because there's so many out there waiting for you. So siguro just trust the process, surround yourself with the right people, try to reflect, self-examine. If you know how to meditate, meditate para clear yung mind mo to come up for the possible next steps you'll take in life. And I went back in Iloilo City last year. Mga May, I celebrated a weekend there kasi birthday ko yung May, so I went there. I went back on the same place, not on the same, but like in an area where may benches pa rin sa Molo Mansion. Sa Molo Plaza pala. And if you sit there, yung front mo is the Robinsons area. Yeah, yung area na yun. And then on um your right, yeah, on your left pala. On your left is the Molo Church, and on your right is the Molo Mansion. So I was just sitting there. And again, reflection. I love to reflect. And I said to myself, life has been so kind to me lately. And the last time I was there I was saying the same thing, was 2021. And I realized, life has been kind to me lately. I get to travel na. I started creating. I bought a camera. I started taking some photos. After 2021, when I was feeling, a bit low when it comes to my career, after 2021, yung next opportunity ko, I'm still working with them almost 4 years now. And I know I'm lucky, but at the same time, I did put the work in. I did put the effort in. And just really keep on going. If you have opportunities to do something you love, please do it loudly, proudly. Because there's so many people out there who has so much potential, ang lalaki ng potential, who has a vision, but they don't have the money or even just the connection to support their vision. So again, if you are again allowed to do the things you love, allowed to live a dream, please do it with pride. Please do it loudly, proudly. Enjoy every moment of it. And if there's more, please remember to share it to the world. I hope you learned something from this episode. Please, if you enjoyed it, follow and subscribe on Everything Anything on Instagram and YouTube at Everything Anything Online. We're also on Facebook. Just search for Everything Anything. And you can also stream the full episode on Spotify. Just search for Everything Anything Podcast. Thank you for listening or watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. This is a gift to me doing something I love. Please continue to be kind.